What's up? What's up? What's up? Your boy Domuto. We back with another video. Today we're watching Super Saiyan. What if Goten? What's up? What's my fault? Yeah. What if Goten was Gohan's twin? Part 4 today. And yeah, this is a very interesting story. And you know, shit going on. And yeah. I think with the last one, Vegeta turned Super Saiyan. That was okay. Vegeta turned Super Saiyan against Zarbon and yeah, and all them niggas. And but anyway, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and we will get into it.
Victory over Zarbon and Dodoria, Vegeta then boards the ship that they were about to take back. This is the one they came on, and thankfully it's enough to fit all of them. They didn't come in a normal attack ball. They took one with a healing pod in it because not only was there a mission that they were going on, but Zarbon knew that one or both of them would come back injured. But this works for Vegeta because now he's the only one there, and he's able to just use the healing pod for himself. It takes a bit of time for him to heal, and he just remains on this planet. And there is an extra scouter on the ship. He turned it to only communicate locally, just so nobody else sees what's happening. And he sees that his power has jumped significantly. It goes to 200,000 from that near-death experience. And he doesn't know how powerful he is in that Super Saiyan form because when he tries to measure it, his scouter just explodes. But obviously we know that it's 10 million in Super Saiyan. This might not be enough to fight Frieza. He doesn't even know the true extent of his power because he doesn't know how powerful a Super Saiyan is. He's still basing it just on numbers alone. But in Frieza's current state, that form that he always sees Frieza in, he should be able to defeat him. But Vegeta's been around long enough to hear some rumors. Apparently Frieza might have way more power locked away. And to stroke his own ego and for the sake of his pride, Vegeta wants to fight Frieza at his strongest. A sneak attack in Super Saiyan's not going to suffice.
Right.
He'll be truly satisfied when he sees Frieza's 100%, and subsequently killing him in that 100%. So he's going to have to be safe about this. He doesn't know how much stronger he has to grow, but he knows he still has to grow stronger. Worst case scenario, he's too strong and the fight gets a little bit boring, so he could give himself a handicap. But best case scenario, he's able to have a good fight with Frieza, defeating him at his fullest while in Super Saiyan. And this shouldn't be too tough for Vegeta. He has a ton of time on his hands now, and he's on this remote planet alone. Well, he's probably going to have to leave because he knows that if Zarbon and Dodoria don't go back to base, then everyone's going to track him here and realize that Vegeta might still be alive. So he finds a random planet nearby, one where he could easily hide on and no one will suspect him. It's a pretty rough planet too, one with a harsh environment. This will make the training even better. He finds a safe spot for his ship, and that's where he'll go to heal. And now he's good to go. He's at this planet alone with no one to bother him, and he's going to grow infinitely stronger. Now we go back to Earth. Another month passes. Training does continue for everyone on Earth too, without even realizing what's going on in space. They don't know what's happened with Vegeta, but they know he's going to come back eventually and probably try to kill them again, so they're training for that. Raditz especially is training very seriously. The next time Vegeta shows up, he wants to be the one to beat him single-handedly.
Okay.
By now, Gohan and Goten have completed their training with Kami, and they've actually gained control over the Grade 8 form. Plus, they've all been doing gravity training too, mainly because Raditz has been pushing for it. This gravity's too weak here. And Goku does agree because he was at King Kai's planet for a bit. This helps all of them, and their training is pretty effective. Their powers are actually higher than what Vegeta's is in base. After this month passes, let's give some power levels. Goku's the strongest in base, at 500,000, although he could push Kaioken up to 20. So at Kaioken times 20, he goes to 10 million. Raditz is behind him in base, at 400k, but he has no way to buff himself beyond that. Then behind that is Vegeta, at 300,000, although he has the biggest buff of them all. With the 50 times buff as Super Saiyan, he's going to be at a power of 15 million. The most surprising growth
I feel like
is
Vegeta's
Gohan
base
and
too
Goten.
low.
We know they have great potential, and especially with them being twins, they have perfect training partners. Their training's going to be so much better. Their powers have spiked massively. They're both at 300,000 each, and in Grade 8, that goes up to 3 million. They have the exact same power, exact same skill set, everything. But of course they're not exact clones of each other, they have different personalities and such. It's just that they're completely even as fighters. And then behind that is Piccolo at 200,000. Some of the humans have grown stronger too, but pretty much like normal, I feel like the only ones that would keep up with their training are Krillin and Ten. Yamcha, Chaozu, and Yajirobe might grow a little bit stronger, but for those two, let's just put them at a nice 75,000. And just like they expected, Vegeta eventually does arrive back on Earth one day. They sense his ominous power approaching, now recognizing that key. They had no clue that he would come back so soon, but hey, at least they're prepared. And they could tell that he could lower his energy at will too, because his power is lower than before. So he's gotten a controlling key and can probably sense them as well. That should make this battle far more interesting. Raditz flies out to a remote location, with Goku following close behind. Gohan, Goten, and Piccolo meet up there too. This feels like deja vu, except this time, Goku's actually here to fight the Saiyan off, and not coming back from the dead. Vegeta is able to locate them by ki sense alone. Not recognizing their individual powers, but being able to sense them because they're so strong. He abandoned that new Saiyan armor he got and returned to the same one that he had before. And he looks the exact same as he did before, except he doesn't have a tail now, thanks to it being cut off in the Saiyan saga.
Sure.
This is the first one to greet him, telling Vegeta he shouldn't have come back. This time he won't be so lucky. Even though Kakarot might not want to kill him, Raditz is strong enough to the point where Kakarot can't stop him. Well, at least if he does it quickly enough. But Vegeta says he didn't make any mistake by coming back here. If anything, they made the mistake. They shouldn't have let him live. The first fight begins. It's Vegeta versus Raditz. The fight is actually pretty close. Vegeta's at 300k and Raditz is at 400k, so there's not too big of a gap there, but Raditz definitely is stronger in base, which does surprise Vegeta. He didn't realize they all grew this strong. Especially if that weakling Raditz is at this level, he assumes the others must have grown a lot too. The fight doesn't really go anywhere, but Vegeta does realize that he's losing. And Raditz asks why Vegeta isn't concerned. He definitely has a disadvantage here. Raditz alone could defeat him. And Vegeta does agree. Yeah, Raditz could defeat him, at his base power. You see, maybe Raditz shouldn't have dragged this fight out. Had he just gone for the kill right away, he would have won. And Vegeta knew that Raditz wouldn't have gone for the kill. Just like him wanting to beat Frieza at his 100%, Vegeta knew that Raditz wanted to drag this battle out. Just like any other Saiyan, he would have wanted to win the battle at his full power, getting the satisfaction of beating his opponent at 100%. And he assumes Kakarot would have been the same. He doesn't know about the others there, but he knew for those two at least, they weren't going to try a sneak attack on him. But they probably should have, because Vegeta has more power locked away, and he thanks them for prolonging this. You see, he's become something far greater than anything they could have ever imagined. He starts transforming.
You're not dealing with your average Saiyan warrior.
They have no clue of what's going on, but they can sense his ki spiking dramatically. His hair starts flowing. It doesn't necessarily change shape, but it becomes more rigid, and it starts morphing into a golden color, with his eyes also turning a bluish green. There's a powerful burst of ki, with the transformation fully setting in. Vegeta stands there, saying that he's become a Super Saiyan. And there's no doubt about what he's saying. That has to be what the Super Saiyan is. It's a transformation. After all this time, that's all it was. And he gives a nice little monologue too, explaining what happened with him and what brought him here. Just like any Saiyan, he got stronger at the brink of death, although he succumbed to his anger, gaining this transformation now. And he is royalty after all, so of course he's the Super Saiyan of legend. It only makes sense. And you can see that Raditz doesn't look so cocky anymore. Exactly what he wanted. Raditz tries to attack Vegeta again, but none of the attacks do anything. He doesn't even flinch at all.
Damn.
Goku tells Raditz to get back, and Vegeta simply swipes a hand at Raditz, knocking him far away. The four others all jump in too. And Goku tells Gohan and Goten to not hold back. This is serious. They need to use their full strength. They are a bit worried now seeing him as a Super Saiyan, but the brothers already know by now. Whenever they're fighting together, they feel unstoppable. Gohan and Goten look at each other and nod, and Gohan even notices that Goten's a bit nervous too, which is strange because usually, he seems to be a lot more confident and easygoing. That's how serious this is. But they have one ace up their sleeve that they can use right away. They each hold a hand out at each other, and in between their hands, they charge an artificial moon, splitting it up so they each lose less energy, instead of one of them losing a lot of energy. Goku goes into Kaioken as Piccolo joins him in the fight, with an injured Raditz hopping back in too. And then Vegeta notices a glow in the sky. A very familiar glow. Oh, they're gonna use their great ape. Those two brats must have learned how to use it. And Raditz looks on confidently. He's glad that he taught those two how to do that. Now Vegeta must be really screwed. Gohan and Goten fully transform. Vegeta doesn't even stop the transformation. This will be a thrilling battle for him, fighting two Saiyans, that strong Namekian, and those two hybrid Saiyans transform into great apes. With his Super Saiyan power, he could beat them all at once. Even with Gohan and Goten transforming though, it doesn't do anything. They do get a ton of strength from this, and Goku has Kaioken times 20, which buffs him significantly, although he can't use Kaioken for long. Collectively, they actually do overpower Vegeta a little bit, but it's not going to be enough. Because individually, besides Goku, they're all way weaker than Vegeta. And of course with Goku using Kaioken, he's going to wear himself out a little bit. But Vegeta does struggle here. This isn't an easy battle for him, because like I mentioned, in terms of raw strength, they do overpower him. But it's not enough to make a significant difference, especially because the power is all split up and it's not in one person. The first thing he does is fight the Great Apes. He knows they're two kids and they should be pretty easy to beat, and their power is significantly weaker than his. Only a fraction of his Super Saiyan strength. He's able to take Piccolo out of the fight pretty easily, but doesn't kill Piccolo because he knows that he's the key to the Dragon Balls. That's one of the reasons he came back here. But all the others, they could die. He has no worries about that.
Everybody can die.
Vegeta is taking a significant amount of damage here, but he's also able to deal a lot of damage. Gohan and Goten are the biggest targets. And Vegeta is so much faster than them, and with him being small, he's even harder to hit. And now Vegeta's getting the upper hand, and he's able to knock the two Great Apes unconscious, with them returning back to their human forms. And now he can fully focus on Goku. Raditz is pretty easy to swat away once more, and he enjoys being
Raditz getting cooked.
The two of them are both bloodied, but Vegeta's getting a huge upper hand now. Goku tries to push his body to the limit, but it's not working. Nothing he does can overcome Vegeta's power. Vegeta has Goku on the ground now, still attacking him to just rub it in even further. But he keeps him alive a little longer. He knows that Namekian needs to stay alive too, but he wonders if Goku has any information regarding the Dragon Balls. Goku's surprised that he even knows about that, but he's not going to give away any of that info, obviously. Well, just like Vegeta expected, he'll be able to find out the information himself. He stands over Goku, holding a hand out, charging what he calls a Big Bang attack. But right as he launches the blast, his arm suddenly darts to the side and blasts the ground in front of him, because something hits him in the arm. A precise beam of energy flies right through his shoulder.
Oh, shit.
Vegeta screams in pain, turning around to see that Piccolo standing there, having just launched his own special attack. Thankfully, Vegeta gave him more than enough time to charge it, and he was standing still. He left himself wide open. Vegeta then rushes back at Piccolo just to knock him out. Again, he can't kill Piccolo, which kind of pisses him off, but he could at least stop the Namekian once and for all. And as he rushes towards Piccolo, someone else then jumps back into the battle too. It's Raditz, also heavily injured. He has one last shot, and he's gonna make his
Kill
most
that
use of it
nigga,
that he
Vegeta.
can. He attacks Vegeta right in the spot where Piccolo hit him. And it's a pretty gruesome sight, sticking it right through the hole in Vegeta's shoulder, charging ki around his arm, and then launching a blast right through it, just to widen the wound even more. And this does work. While he couldn't injure Vegeta before, exploiting this weak spot was a good idea. And it does injure Vegeta a little bit further. But that was the last attack that Raditz is going to land on him. Vegeta quickly turns around. Again, he has no worries about killing Raditz. He simply draws a hand back, puncturing it right through Raditz's torso, reopening the scar that Piccolo gave him. He falls to the ground and starts bleeding out. And just like with Goku, he's going to rub some salt in the wound, starting to beat on Raditz too. Goku crawls over, trying to help, but Vegeta kicks him away, telling him to wait his turn. He's going to get that next. Once these two are dead, he's going to get the Dragon Balls for himself. And he'll be strong enough to fight Frieza. Actually, not even that. He'll just make himself immortal. That'll be even better. But amidst his monologue, Raditz launches a blast right into Vegeta's face.
Love being immortal, boy.
Angering him even more. When's Raditz gonna quit? When is he gonna realize that he lost here? Well, no matter. Vegeta says before Piccolo so rudely interrupted him, he had an attack that he wanted to use. Holding a hand out in front of Raditz, launching a Big Bang attack, completely destroying every bit of Raditz. Looking over to Goku too, realizing that Goku's gone unconscious from blood loss too. What a pity. He didn't even get to see his brother die. Vegeta's gonna have to wake him back up to make sure he knows what happened. But there's still one last hope of survival here. Piccolo crawls over to the two kids, trying to give them some energy. They're unconscious, but he's able to wake them up, and whatever little energy he has left, he gives to them. He's not worried about dying after all. Vegeta said that he's gonna keep him alive, but he knows those two are the best shot of winning here. And just as Vegeta thanked Raditz before for prolonging the battle, Piccolo thanks Vegeta for prolonging the battle. Just as Piccolo's able to wake the two kids up, they watch as Vegeta kills Raditz, standing over Goku next, ready to kill him as well.
Oh, shit.
And the two of them know that they'll be next as well. Vegeta lifts Goku
up,
slapping him to try to wake him up. Oh well, Vegeta doesn't have enough time to waste here. If Kakarot's not going to wake up, he's just going to have to kill him while he's unconscious. But Vegeta feels a strange sensation. The ground begins shaking, and he senses two powers nearby. It's those kids again. Piccolo's on the ground next to them, and the two weakly stand up. They yell out to Vegeta to leave their dad alone. Angered to watch this happening to Goku, angered to see that everyone around them is being hurt, to see that Raditz has died. It's so strange too. They never thought they'd even grow fond of Raditz, but here they are. But they're not going to let anyone else die, especially not Goku, who's next. Their hair starts standing up, and Vegeta sees what's happening. No, it can't be. There's no way that they could be the same as him. He drops Goku quickly and then jumps back, quickly charging a blast and launching at them. The blast makes contact. He thinks he's fine. He's probably stopped them, but no, that's not what happened.
That shit didn't happen,
as the
boy.
blast dissipates, the two kids are standing there. Now both with the same golden hair as him, and with the same golden aura. They've also become Super Saiyans. The two barely have any strength left, but with Super Saiyan, it gives them a second wind. They launch in at Vegeta, wasting no time in attacking him with all their might.
Get his
He's
ass.
already been weakened too, so that makes this a lot easier. Piccolo's the only one conscious and laughs while watching on. He knew they had it in them. And even funnier, even if Vegeta did kill them all, he wouldn't even get the Dragon Balls. It hasn't even been a full year since they revived Goku yet. No matter what happens, Vegeta's not winning here, especially not now. The two kids are barely able to control their rage. They know how to control their anger in their base form, but this is different. With Super Saiyan, the rage is consuming them. But there's one thing keeping them calm. It's Goku nearby. He's unconscious and they know they need to protect him. But he actually woke up now, and he realized what happened, and he tries to calm them down. While he was unconscious, he can assume what happened, seeing that Raditz is nowhere to be found and there's just a crater nearby. But he's honestly not too worried. He communicates with the two kids mentally, telling them not to worry about him or Raditz. Goku's gonna be fine. All he needs is a Senzu beam. And as for Raditz, they could bring him back with the Dragon Balls. They're just gonna have to wait a bit for them to recover, but they'll be able to bring him back perfectly okay.
Yeah, you can bring him back,
And
yeah.
he tells them to not let that rage consume them. Don't become like Vegeta. And this does help calm the two kids down, seeing that Goku's okay and knowing that they'll make it out of this fine. The two fight with all their might. Vegeta can't do anything against them. And finally, Vegeta falls to the ground, unconscious, with Gohan and Goten having claimed victory. The two of them then collapse as well, out of energy, returning back to their base form, but smiling. No one around them could stand up, and Goku and Piccolo are the only ones who are barely conscious. Vegeta.
All right. That was part 4 right there. Damn. All right. Goten and Gohan going at it, bro. They going at it, man. A whole lot of shit going on. Vegeta getting cooked, of course, again. Raditz dead. Yeah. So I can't wait to see part 5, man. Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Shout out to Shadow Shan for this video. Check out the last chapter right here. Check out another video right here. And I'll catch you next time. Peace.